Hello, all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today, we're going to take a look at 5 10-cent coins from around the world. And as many of you know, there are a bunch of countries that have coins that are 10 cents coins. Some of them are still producing them, and some of them are not, but we're going to look at both. So let's take a look at these three here. We have one from Aruba, one from Jamaica, one from Kenya, one from Australia, and one from Canada. And you look at the Canada one and you think, well, that's why didn't you get a better value or view of that Canada one? And of course, because this is a Canadian silver coin, it's probably worth more than all of these other coins here. But let's take a look at them and go through them one at a time. When we look to see how many 10-cent coins there were, it turns out that there's over 25 nations that have 10-cent coins. And one of them that you will not see is this one here, and that is United States of America. This is a Liberty dime, one of my favorite coins ever. We see this is a 1938, In God We Trust. We flip it over, it says United States of America, except the United States of America does not have 10-cent coins. They have dimes or one dime coin. So the United States of America will not be represented in our 10-cent coins collection. Because we have about 25, I think we're going to do about 5 videos with about 5 countries each. We probably also won't have any euro cents, but I'm still thinking about that because if it's 10 euro cents, is it a 10-cent coin? It's close, so we'll think about that. We also won't have any centimes, any centimos, any cents, any centini. We're not going to have anything that isn't 10 cents or 10 cent. So here we go, starting with Aruba. And there it is right down there. And this is an interesting one because we have Aruba and we have their national shield here. And we see some markings that remind us a little bit of the Netherlands. And that is because Aruba is part or was part of the Netherlands. And this is the Aruba 2009 coin. It's a nickel bonded steel. It weighs 3 grams, just a tiny coin. If we look at this side, we see that Evelino Fingal was the engraver on this side. And we see a sail up here. And we see these markings that you see on some of the coins from the Netherlands. It is a reeded edge. And then on the back, we have this kind of really modern design. This is listed as a 10 cents Beatrix and Willem-Alexander coin. So this kind of covered the 2 different rulers of the Netherlands. And when we look at it real deeply, we see that it just has a bunch of different edges on it. Probably a hard coin to copy, but also it's not worth a heck of a lot. The 10-cent coin that we have here from 2009, they made probably about 1.4 million of them. It's not a rare coin. It's probably worth 25-35 cents. Next up, Jamaica. And this is just a great coin with the crocodile on the top. And then down here, we see out of many, one people. And we see some of the 2 of the indigenous tribes from Jamaica here. The shield. And if we look down here, we see 1972. In 1972, this is a copper nickel coin. And in 1972, they made about 6 million of these. This is also probably worth about 25 cents US. These are members of the Taino tribe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And there are also 5 golden pineapples around this shield. If we tip it up, we see that it has a reeded rim. And then on the back, there's our 10 cents. One of the things I didn't say about Aruba, it doesn't say cents on it, it just has C. But it is a 10 cents coin. So on the reverse, we have a butterfly right here and some flowers, and it says 10 cents. This coin, again, is probably worth about 25 cents US. Next, we have the Republic of Kenya. And a lot of people don't know that many of the African nations used to have coins in the 10 cents variety. So we'll have a few African nations on here. This is Republic of Kenya. We have the national shield. We see that it says Harambee here, 1968, 10 and 10 cents here. This coin is huge compared to the other ones, and you can, you just see that compared to the Jamaican one. It is 31 millimeters in diameter. It's a nickel brass coin. It was produced from 1968 until 1966 until 1968. So there were only 3 years. And this one here, they made 12 million of them. It's probably worth 35 to 50 cents US. If we tip it up, we see that it has a smooth edge, and on the back we have the president of Kenya at the time. And this is a the front engraving was Norman Silman, and the back engraving, I believe, was Norman Silman also. Next up, we have another continent, and that is Australia. And this is a Queen Elizabeth II Australia coin from 2000. It's another 10 cents coin. They started making these in 1999, and they currently still produce them. It's an Ian Rank Broadley engraving on the front, and it is the 4th portrait of Queen Elizabeth. I believe she was 77 when this portrait was done. If we tip it up, we see that it is a reeded edge, and if we tip it onto the back, we see that just this beautiful bird. There's actually a bird in here. Can you see the head of the bird and the tail of the bird and the feathers coming up? So this is a 10 cents coin also, and in the year 2000, they made 51 million of these. This, again, worth probably 35 to 50 cents, maybe a little bit more than that. Some of these coins are worth more in Australia than they are in the United States, just because the Australian collectors will pay a little bit more for them. So sometimes people actually come over to the United States and buy whatever Australian coins they can get and bring them back, and sometimes they can make a little money on them. Doesn't cover airfare, but you could make a little money. This is a copper nickel coin that weighs 5.66 grams. And finally, we have that Canadian coin. And this is a hard one to gonna get so we can see it good. So let's see if we can find a way to do that. So this is a 1943. As I said, it's a silver coin. And you can see that it says Canada 1943. It has a sailboat on it. It says 10 cents here. If we tip it up, that's a better. We see that it has a reeded edge. And then if we get onto the back, we see there's King George VI. And let's see if we can get that light even better. And it says George VI, DG, by the grace of God, King, and Ind Imp. And this is Imperator of India, or Emperor of India. Now this coin here, as I said, because it's silver, and it's about 80% silver, the silver value is not high. It's worth 92 cents bullion. But because it's hard to get these, this is probably worth a couple bucks. All right, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Look for more of our 10 cents coins from around the world. We're going to do a number of other videos until we cover as many of them as we can.